My name is Jonathan Ackerman, and I want to briefly introduce myself. I'm a tax attorney with a Master of Laws in Taxation from Georgetown University Law Center. I've been practicing for just over 25 years, and I've been working with a number of different exempt organizations, both public and private charities and other exempt organizations. And what I do is I help them in their creation and in their governance, in tax qualification issues and tax compliance. Why should a charity create gift acceptance policies or guidelines? What are you trying to accomplish? Well, you want to create an informed and disciplined process for the acceptance of gifts. The problem of not having a disciplined process is that you end up by default with an ad hoc process for gift acceptance. That makes it really easy to get blinded by a potential gift. Your judgment can become obscured. Also, it's easier for one board member's perspective to weigh heavy on a decision by the board rather than making an objective determination on gift acceptance. Also, you send an inconsistent message to donors for the same type of gift, asset, or gift restriction, as opposed to developing a consistent and graceful way to say no. You can imagine the situations where a board member tells a donor, sure, we'll accept that gift, but then the board or the committee says no. And lastly, you have to keep in mind that board members ordinarily change. So that means perspectives on the acceptance of the same gift opportunity may change. Now, all of this breeds inconsistency, which is bad donor development and stewardship. We're also trying to accomplish education. We want to educate the charity's development staff, the governing body, the board of directors or trustees, the committees, professional advisors, and donors on gifting opportunities. Why? Because we're promoting gift opportunities both within and outside of the charity. The members of your governing body could be potential significant donors if they actually understand some of the gifting opportunities that are available to them. Reaching out to professional advisors has become very important for charities because the professional advisors are counseling donors on making gifts or their estate or financial planning. So reaching out to professional advisors is very important. You can have an advisory committee with professional advisors as part of that. The next important reason, and what we're trying to accomplish, is to identify the strengths of the charity's governing body, officers, committees, development staff, and professional advisors, because we want to make the best use of the charity's resources in the gift acceptance process. We want to target gift opportunities as it might relate to different types of assets. So if you have a real estate professional on the board or on an advisory committee or as outside, as an outside professional, then you may have a greater comfort level to get into a gift of real estate. You also want to determine the staff experience regarding internal administration of gift vehicles that we'll talk about in a minute, or marketing different kinds of gifts, and of course the processes involved in gift acceptance. And lastly, investment, finance, life insurance professionals, all of these different outside professionals broaden the knowledge of the fiduciaries of the charity and make it possible to gain comfort in accepting different kinds of gifts. Got to think about the donors. You want to assist the donors in making tax-wise and efficient gifts to the charity. And of course, match the charity's needs with the donor's philanthropic interests. Let's assist donors and their advisors from making mistakes, but you have to use great care here. You want to advise the donor in only one way, the philanthropic uses of the gift. But you can certainly provide other resources to the donor and their advisors in terms of some of these sophisticated vehicles that we're going to talk about in a couple of minutes. Providing things like sample forms or spreadsheet calculations with deductions. But again, you have to be extremely careful about assisting donors in that respect. You want to expand the types of assets and gift vehicles which may be acceptable to the charity. And lastly, most importantly, you want to manage the risk and liability to the charity and its governing body, its officers, and its development staff in the gift acceptance process, for instance, by identifying and preventing transactions which implicate a conflict of interest or a 4958 excise tax, sorry for the code section, but an excess benefit type transaction for a public charity, by anticipating issues with respect to certain types of gifted property before you accept the property, by recognizing the importance of when the charity needs to bring in legal counsel. Now keep in mind that just by working through the process of adopting these policies, the board is exercising its duties of care and loyalty.